In case you were wondering if any polls right now mean anything at all, the answer is no. And we know that because of a new poll that came out this week showing that Donald Trump is once again securely in the front-runner status in the 2024 Republican presidential primary. Pretty much ever since he announced his third presidential campaign, Donald Trump's poll numbers have been falling to the point where Ron DeSantis was statistically the front-runner for the 2024 Republican nomination. That has now changed, as DeSantis' popularity has slipped and Donald Trump's has somehow managed to grow. In the last 2 months, Trump is now beating DeSantis in the latest Morning Consult poll by 17 points. Because Trump's gone up a couple ticks, and DeSantis has obviously gone down a few. But DeSantis is still in second place, and in fact, he's in a second place that is absolutely killing everybody else. Because after, Trump is at 48%, DeSantis at 31%. Third is Mike Pence with 8%, and then tied for fourth is Nikki Haley and Ted Cruz, both with 2%. But here's where things get even screwier with this poll, because it's not just that Trump's numbers have gone up over DeSantis. It's his favorability rating among Republicans that should concern DeSantis. Trump's favorability rating, I hate saying that word because it's an easy tongue twister, has risen to 77% among Republicans. That's better than it has been in a very long time. Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis is slightly below 70%. So he doesn't even have 3/4 of Republicans who say they approve of the job he does. But on the other side of that, it's not just favorability rating, there's also unfavorability. And Donald Trump's unfavorables are actually higher than Ron DeSantis's, which only means that there's a lot of people on the Republican side who say like, I don't know, I don't have an answer, which is the most annoying thing a pollster can hear. But here's the unfavorables. Only 11% said they view DeSantis unfavorably, while 23% said they view Trump unfavorably. So that brings about 20% of Republicans who say they don't have an opinion of Ron DeSantis versus 0 Republicans who say they don't have an opinion of Trump. So that's bad for Trump because there's not any Republicans on the fence at all. There's 20% on the fence with DeSantis, which could easily catapult DeSantis way ahead of Donald Trump in the long game. Also, bad news for Trump in this poll. Even though he is polling ahead with Republicans, he still doesn't beat Biden. He loses to Biden by 3 points, actually 4 points, whereas DeSantis beats Biden by 3 points. So those are all really bad numbers for Donald Trump, except, of course, the fact that he wins the Republican primary. So you win the primary, and then you go on to lose the general, versus DeSantis, who clearly can't win a primary, but would totally win in a general election. Which, of course, as I said, is also why you really can't trust the polls right now, folks. We've got almost 2 years until we get to that 2024 presidential election. Everything is going to change between now and then because that's what happens. Once real Republicans start announcing, I am running for president, polls are going to shift, things are going to change. It's going to change when we hit the debates. It's going to change in the early primary and caucus states. So don't put too much money into the polls right now unless your name is Ron DeSantis. Because here's what these polls are telling us. It doesn't matter if you're beating Biden in the head-to-head matchup right now, because you have to survive the Republican primary to get to that point. What these polls are telling Ron DeSantis is that your little strategy of sitting by and staying quiet and letting Trump attack you is not working. And if you want to have a chance to become the guy that could beat Biden, you might want to start doing something before Trump damages you beyond repair. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.